gulls do not land here anymore. I've noticed that.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Epos Vox, and today I am bringing you Shoutcasting live on the most intense first-person game to exist this
When
year.
you first landed here,
That
Donnelly
game
wrote that the herds were
is
sickly,
Dear
and their
Esther.
shepherds the lowest of the miserable
Yes,
classes that
indeed.
populate these Hebridean
And this old man is telling us a story.
300
Let's
years
take a
later,
listen in.
Even they have departed.
And he's done talking. What a chat, what a chat. Alright, so we're looking around this beautiful landscape here. We've got a boat. It's kind of broken. There's some plants going through it. This house looks like it needs some work. And I can't seem to do anything but press WASD. That's lovely. I can't jump. Why can I not jump? I am being nerfed here. Oh god, I have a flashlight. That toilet has some shit in it. That is lovely. There's paint. Paint. Oh, that sink has some shit. Who shits in a sink? What is your problem? Alright, and we're going into this next room here. Oh, and there's dust falling from the ceiling. Look at that staircase. Somebody needs to fix that staircase. How is anybody supposed to get up to the lighthouse? What are they thinking? Oh, and we got some chemical formulas here. We got some hydrogens and some hydroxides and some carbon chains going. That's exciting stuff right there. Alright. We're going to take a look outside of the house now, making our way out of the door. And, oh, and it looks like I'm crawling for some reason. What is going on here? I do not know. That is a bird. That is a bird. Now look at the sky. Do you see this sky? Look at the sky. It is a beautiful sky. You could not draw a sky as beautiful as this one. Now we're walking along a coast. Epos Vox enjoys long walks on the beach and staring at the coast and not having a heads-up display or any other sort of control to the game other than looking around and moving. But hey, that is alright. That is alright. Look at the moss on the rocks. We got a nice little pathway here. This is what I'm talking about. Now we're making our way to a sandy beach area. Here we go. Waiting for the old guy to start talking again. Don't think it's gonna happen. There's water out there. Water everywhere. The little red flashing light up there, that might be where I need to go, that might not. You never know. What is this? What is this? It looks like a fishing bucket. Alright. Can I do anything with it? I cannot. I cannot even teabag it. That is depressing. Here's some more fish buckets. That is exciting stuff. Somebody probably caught some fish. But it wasn't me. No, sir, I did not catch any fish. I apologize for that. There's some trash on here. You should not litter on the beach. That is an absolutely awful thing. What happens if a little kid or a bird choked or drowned or something because of that? Oh god, the old man is talking. At night you can see the lights sometimes.
Up on the cliffs they are mundane. But down here, they fugue into ambiguity. For instance, I cannot readily tell if they belong above or below the waves. The distinction now seems banal. Why not everything and all at once? There's nothing better to do here than indulge in contradictions whilst waiting for the fabric of life to unravel.
We have a symbol on the ground. It looks like aliens have been here. I'm not saying it was aliens, but it was aliens. Let's get a higher view from this vantage point. Looks like I cannot... Oh, there we go. I can get up on these rocks. I knew I could. Look at that. It's almost like a G. What is up with that? I'm a G. I'm an OG. Oh yeah. Alright, let's keep it going. Making our way across this beach like a boss, like a boss. Nobody can play this game as strong as Epos Vox. That rhymed and I did not mean it to. Look at those mountains. Look at that cliffside, whatever it's called. Can we go for a swim? Nope, oh god.
I found myself to be as featureless as this ocean, as shallow and unoccupied as this bay, a listless wreck without identification. My rocks are these bones, and a careful fence to keep the precipice at bay. Shot through me caves, my forehead a mount. This aerial will transmit into me so. All overexposed, the nervous system, where Donnelly's boots and yours and mine still trample. I will carry a torch for you. I will leave it at the foot of my headstone. You will need it for the tunnels that carry me under.
That is some depressing stuff right there. Let's get a bit more positive attitude, big boy. Now I have no idea where I'm going. It does not look like I can go forward anymore, so let's take a U-turn here and go back the way we were coming. This kind of sucks. I'm wasting my precious feet time even though you can't see my feet. Oh god, I have no feet. What's going on here? Oh well. we're just gonna keep pushing forward because this game makes no sense. It's not even a game at all. This is a movie. I am holding W in a movie, like a boss. Alright, here we go, here we go. Moving through the cliffside. Almost there. Almost there. Nobody is as good of a Dear Esther player as I am. I'm just such a boss. How could you even argue with me? Oh, there's some stairs. That's what's up. Let's go to these stairs and check out what's at the top. I bet you it's something exciting. Almost there. I think I can, he said like a boss. Making our way up these halfway destroyed steps. These plants are really pretty. I would like to take one for myself. Press the F key. Nothing happens. God damn it. Can I pull out my pistol now and start shooting? Bam, 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 bam. Oh, I can zoom in with my mouse button. Because that makes legitimate sense. You can zoom in real life, right? Right. There's that lighthouse. Look at it off in the distance. Look how far we've come. Like a boss, but we're still not to that red light, so we're not quite there yet. Almost there. Making our way. Chugga, 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 chugga.
Donnelly's book had not been taken out from the library since 1974. I decided it would never be missed as I slipped it under my coat and avoided the librarian's gaze on the way out. If the subject matter is obscure, the writer's literary style is even more so. It is not the text of a stable or trustworthy reporter. Perhaps it is fitting that my only companion in these last days should be a stolen book written by a dying man.
How depressing, like a boss. He knows how to make things depressing while we're having a good old time.
Died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice. They cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boat, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
That was creepy, like a boss. Look at this pillar in the middle of the walkway. What is going on here? But the infection is not just of the flesh. That means it's of the mind. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a mental illness on our hands.
I quote
We need to eradicate it.
a motley lot with little to recommend them. I have now spent 3 days in their company. That is, I fear, enough for any man not born amongst them. Despite their tedious inclination to quote scripture, they seem to me the most godforsaken of all the inhabitants of the Outer Isles. Indeed, in this case, the very gravity of that term, forsaken by God, seems to find its very apex. It appears to me that Donnelly, too, found those who wander this shoreline to be adrift from any chance of redemption. Did he include himself in that, I wonder?
Who is Donnelly? I have no idea, but why are these rocks sticking up out of the ground? That's just silly. Somebody should hammer those down. Alright, we're making our way back down the cliffside now. I don't know why we didn't just go around to begin with, but hey, that is okay. Let's zoom in a bit here and get the same view we have zoomed out. That is what's
Dear
up.
Esther,
Paul.
I made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
Yeah, we know how's life, and I think I just drowned. What is going on here? Oh god. Oh god, that is freaky. Let's do it again. Look at those images. It's like I've got the intersect from Chuck in my head. Let's get out of here. I'm trying to come back, you fool. Like a boss? No, not at all. That was very God, that's gonna give me nightmares. What the hell? Why can this guy not swim? He's on an island. Because there's the lighthouse. I could have just swam over here and saved us all that time. I don't know. Let's go into the cave. Level 2, like a boss. First, We are world first for getting to this level of Dear Esther. It's such an intense and such a difficult game. Nobody can play it like I can.
Historian of bones and old bread, where did he vanish to? Why? Asked the farmers. Why? Asked Jakobsen. Why bother with your visions at all, if you're just to throw your arms up at the cliff and let it close in behind you and seal you into the belly of the island, a museum shut to all but the most devoted?
Look at those drawings. Whoever drew those is like a boss. It's glowing in the dark. Have you ever seen such magnificent wonders? I have not. I am sitting very uncomfortably in my chair right now, but I do not care. That is a bowl of bones. Holy crap, what the heck? Why is there a bowl of bones out here with your bioluminescent paint? Oh, we've got some more chemical formulas with the hydrocarbon chains and shit. Pretty awesome indeed. I think I'm going back the way I came. I have no idea though, so I'm gonna go this way for a minute. And then it's gonna be like, lol, you've already been this way. But I'm not sure where else to go, to be honest. I heard some water. Yep, this is exactly where... Okay. I do believe this is the only way to go. So I'm going to go this way. Look at me walking forward like a boss. What am I gonna do next? Nobody has ever played this game as skilled as I have. Yeah. I am #1 at Dear Esther. I'm gonna top those leaderboards, get the highest score ever, and nobody's gonna be able to beat me in multiplayer. Just look how awesomely I'm walking. Can you beat me like this? I don't think so. And I'm walking up a hillside. The wind is blowing really hard like a boss. Let's make our way up here and see what else there is to do. Got some exciting events going on here in Dear Esther. Epos Vox playing along, and we got some music. That is what's up. That is what's up. Look at that water. That water is absolutely beautiful. Let's play around in it. Ha ha ha. I want some beautiful water like that in real life. Deliver it to me.
He wasn't drunk, but tired. I can't make the judgment or the distinction anymore. I was drunk when I landed here, and tired too. I walked up the cliff path in near darkness and camped in the bay where the trawler lies beached. It was only at dawn that I saw the bothy and decided to make my temporary lodgings there. I was expecting just the aerial and a transmitter stashed in a weatherproof box somewhere on the mount. It had an air of uneasy permanence to it. Like all the other buildings here, erosion seems to have evaded it completely.
That's because erosion is weak sauce. Erosion cannot take me. That is what's up. Look at this. We got some more chemical formulas. What is wrong with these people? I have no idea. Is that a Bible? That is a Bible. Give me that Bible. Give me it. Why can I not pick up the Bible? I demand that this game let me pick up the Bible. Alright, we're making our way through this little hillside opening valley area thingy, and we're going to run through it like a boss. We're going to sprint. We're going to sprint. I guess not, so let's just keep going. Because that is what's up. Look at those clouds. Look at those beautiful clouds. Real life doesn't have resolution this high for its clouds. We need a graphics card upgrade. Right now. AMD 7970 for real life. Oh yeah. There's a bit scary. Something might come attack me, but I will own it because I am a boss. Oh, and here we go.